Imagine this, the year is 218 BC. The place, the Alps, towering, treacherous and unexpected. Now picture an army, not just any army, but one led by Hannibal Barca, a general with vengeance in his heart. He's marching on Rome, but here's the kicker, he's bringing elephants. Yes, you heard that right. War elephants. Massive beasts lumbering through narrow, snow-choked passes. This wasn't just a military campaign, it was an audacious spectacle, a middle finger to the very idea of what was considered possible. The Romans, safe and secure in their peninsula, thought the Alps were impassable. Hannibal was about to prove them dead wrong. Hannibal Barca, a name that would echo through the annals of history, was not just any general. He was a Carthaginian military commander, renowned for his tactical genius and unyielding determination. Born into a family with a deep-seated enmity towards Rome, Hannibal was groomed from a young age to challenge the might of the Roman Republic. His father, Hamilcar Barca, had instilled in him a burning desire for revenge, a desire that would drive him to undertake one of the most daring military maneuvers in history. The decision to bring elephants was not just a tactical move, it was a psychological weapon. These massive creatures, unfamiliar to the Roman soldiers, would strike fear into the hearts of their enemies. The sight of these towering beasts, with their tusks adorned for battle, would be enough to unsettle even the most seasoned warrior. But the journey through the Alps was no easy feat. The treacherous terrain, coupled with the harsh winter conditions, posed a significant challenge. Yet, Hannibal's resolve was unwavering. Imagine the scene, a long, winding column of soldiers, horses and elephants making their way through the narrow mountain passes. The snow crunches underfoot, the cold biting at their faces. The elephants, with their thick hides and immense strength, push forward, undeterred by the freezing temperatures. The soldiers, inspired by their leader's determination, press on, driven by the promise of glory and the hope of victory. The journey was grueling, and many lives were lost along the way, but Hannibal's audacity paid off. When his army finally emerged from the Alps, they were a force to be reckoned with. The Romans, who had believed the Alps to be an impenetrable barrier, were taken by surprise. Hannibal's bold move had not only brought him to the gates of Rome, but had also shattered the illusion of Roman invincibility. This wasn't just a military campaign, it was an audacious spectacle, a middle finger to the very idea of what was considered possible. The Romans, safe and secure in their peninsula, thought the Alps were impassable. Hannibal was about to prove them dead wrong. His journey through the Alps remains one of the most remarkable feats in military history, a testament to the power of determination and the audacity of vision. The Romans, safe and secure in their peninsula, thought the Alps were impassable. They had underestimated the resolve of a man driven by vengeance and the desire to see Rome fall. Hannibal's crossing of the Alps was not just a tactical maneuver, it was a statement, a declaration that no obstacle was insurmountable. Hannibal was about to prove them dead wrong. His audacious journey through the Alps remains a powerful reminder of what can be achieved with determination, ingenuity, and a willingness to defy the odds. It is a story that continues to inspire, a testament to the enduring human spirit and the audacity of elephants. To understand Hannibal's audacity, we need to rewind a bit. Rome and Carthage, two rising Mediterranean powers, were locked in a struggle for dominance. This was the Second Punic War, a clash of titans. Carthage, a maritime empire based in North Africa, had already clashed with Rome once. They lost. Now Hannibal, a young general carrying the weight of his city on his shoulders, sought revenge. His target, Rome itself. Hannibal's plan was as simple as it was insane. He was a man of vision, a military genius who dared to think outside the box. His audacity was matched only by his strategic brilliance. Instead of attacking Rome head-on, he'd take the back door. This wasn't just a tactical decision, it was a statement. Hannibal wanted to show Rome that their walls and legions were not impenetrable. He aimed to strike fear into the heart of the Roman Republic. He would march his army, complete with elephants, over the Alps. These elephants were not just war machines, they were symbols of his resolve and ingenuity. The sight of these majestic creatures would be enough to demoralize any enemy. It was a route no one expected. The Alps were a formidable barrier, a natural fortress that protected Rome from the north. But Hannibal saw an opportunity where others saw an obstacle. It was a route everyone thought impossible. The harsh conditions, the treacherous terrain, and the sheer scale of the mountains made it a daunting task. Yet Hannibal was undeterred. He believed that the element of surprise would outweigh the risks. Hannibal wasn't just a brilliant tactician, he was a master motivator. He knew that his men needed more than orders. They needed inspiration. He spoke to them of the glory that awaited, the riches they would claim, and the honor they would earn. He rallied his troops, a diverse force of Africans, Gauls and Iberians, with promises of glory and plunder. This was not just a campaign, it was a crusade. Each soldier, regardless of their origin, was united under Hannibal's banner, driven by a common goal. He knew the risks, the potential for disaster, but he also knew the element of surprise was his greatest weapon. Hannibal's bold plan was a testament to his courage and his unwavering belief in his own abilities. It was a gamble, but one that he was willing to take for the chance to change the course of history. The journey was a nightmare. Picture this: winding, narrow paths clinging to sheer cliffs, snow, wind and freezing temperatures. And did we mention the elephants? Men and animals slipped, fell and perished. Supplies dwindled. Morale, even for Hannibal's hardened warriors, must have plummeted. The Alps were a brutal test, pushing men and beasts to the very edge. Section 5. Triumph over treachery, Hannibal's Alpine victory. Hannibal, the Carthaginian general, faced one of the most daunting challenges in military history, but Hannibal persevered. He rallied his troops, inspired them with his own iron will. His men, weary and demoralized, found new strength in his unwavering determination. Hannibal's leadership was not just about strategy, it was about instilling hope and courage in the hearts of his soldiers. He adapted, finding new paths, using fire to clear rocks, and even building makeshift bridges. The treacherous terrain of the Alps was no match for his ingenuity. Every obstacle was met with a solution, every challenge with a strategy. His men, though exhausted, followed his lead with unwavering faith. It was a testament to his leadership and the sheer grit of his men that they made it. The journey through the Alps was grueling, with harsh weather and treacherous paths testing their limits. Yet Hannibal's vision kept them moving forward. His ability to motivate and lead was unparalleled. When they finally descended into Italy, they were a shadow of their former selves, but they were there. The journey had taken a toll on them, but their spirit remained unbroken. They had crossed one of the most formidable natural barriers in the world and now stood ready to face their enemy. Hannibal had achieved the impossible, and in doing so he had struck fear into the heart of Rome. His arrival in Italy was not just a military maneuver, it was a statement. A statement that no obstacle was too great, no enemy too powerful. Hannibal's Alpine victory remains one of the most remarkable feats in military history, a testament to his genius and the indomitable spirit of his men. Section 6. Roman terror, the aftermath of the crossing. The Romans were stunned. Their supposedly impenetrable northern border had been breached. Panic gripped the city. Hannibal, the barbarian from across the sea, was at their doorstep. The Roman legions, used to fighting on open ground, were ill-prepared for Hannibal's unconventional tactics. In a series of devastating battles at Trebia, Trasimene and Cannae, Hannibal outmaneuvered and crushed the Roman armies. Section 7. Hannibal's legacy, a master of strategy. Hannibal's crossing of the Alps wasn't just a remarkable feat of logistics and leadership. It was a strategic masterstroke that changed the course of the Second Punic War and indeed military history. His use of surprise, his ability to adapt to harsh conditions, and his brilliant battlefield tactics cemented his legacy as one of the greatest military minds of all time. Section 8. Echoes of Hannibal military tactics through time. Hannibal's influence on military thinking is undeniable. His use of flanking maneuvers, his understanding of terrain, and his ability to exploit an enemy's weaknesses are still studied in military academies today. From Napoleon's crossing of the Alps to the daring operations of modern special forces, echoes of Hannibal's audacity and strategic genius can be seen throughout history. Section 9. Conclusion: the enduring legend of Hannibal. Hannibal's crossing of the Alps with elephants wasn't just a historical event, it's a story that captures the imagination. It's a testament to human endurance, to the power of leadership, and to the audacity of a single man who dared to challenge an empire. Hannibal may have ultimately lost the war, but his legend lived on. He remains a figure of fascination, a reminder that even the most formidable obstacles can be overcome with courage, ingenuity, and a healthy dose of audacity.